does it take you to come up with the sarcasm in your books?
I'll just hang out with Cassie.
I mean, I'm a sarcastic person, and most of my friends are sarcastic people, and so the sarcasm and whatnot is a matter of timing and word choice, and most of my friends are pretty funny, sarcastic people, so I generally tend to adapt or steal the things that they say. The whole conversation, the whole Shadowhunters looking better in black than the widows of their enemies. That was my lovely assistant Elka, who has vanished. She's around, said sarcastically one day about the Shadowhunters, and that made it into the book. And I believe that the whole business with the badass nod and whatnot was a conversation we had after watching a movie. It's more that I try to remember the funny things that we talk about and say and whatnot, and incorporate them later. And the bit with the cannibal ducks was actually my Sarah, who had attempted to make some ducks in Hyde Park cannibals while I was on a picnic with her one day. So,
they liked it.
Yeah, they did not. They did not like it. Right back there.
I have two questions. Are all 6 books being made into movies, or just the first 3? Or do you not know?
Well, with all franchise movies, it depends how the first one does. If the first one's successful, they'll make the second one. If it's not successful, they won't make any more.
Okay, and then I'm curious, do you like Lily Collins for Clary?
I do, actually. I really, really do. She wasn't even on my mental list of people that they were probably looking at when she was cast, and then I've seen, they sent me like clips of her in Priest, which is the new movie she has coming out. She's really good, really good at being projecting vulnerability and also like badassery and kicking at the same time. She's like and she's really, like Clary, she's really petite. She's exactly the same height as her, and kind of the same body frame that I was thinking of, and yet when she is doing action scenes and whatnot, she can make herself seem like very powerful. So I do like her actually a lot for Claire. I hope that they do as well for Jace. Yes.
On the Jace point, would you rather have someone that is very well known, or would you rather take time to find someone that's lesser known to play the part?
Well, they've been taking time to find someone. They did a whole open casting call. That's part of what's been taking so long. They decided they wanted to do an open casting call.
And Josh was not there?
Who were unknown, and narrow down the audition tapes and whatnot. So, I want the best person for the part. There aren't actually all that many people in. Casting someone for Jace is tough because there is a really small pool of actors in that age group, that 18 to 21, 22 age group, who are well known, who are really talented, who are bankable, and who are available. So that's part of why they did the open casting call thing. So as far as I'm concerned, I want someone who can play Jace, who can do vulnerable and funny, and also do angry and sarcastic and badass and all of that stuff. And that's the thing that's important to me. I don't really care whether they're a known name or not a known name. But he should be hot. I see a red glove.
Yeah, glove in the back.
Do you guys have certain music that you listen to when you're writing that reminds you of your characters? And if so, what artists or maybe playlists or a particular song that sticks out?
Yeah, we both have playlists. I make a playlist for every book that I write, and what I have found that's bad is that slowly over time, some songs on my playlist start to annoy me, and other songs I really like, and so it will get down to the point, like it is now when I'm nearing reading the 3rd book, where I'm playing one song over and over again, which right now is Tokyo Police Club's Lesson in Crime, which I'm super obsessed with, which I'm just playing over and over in a kind of hypnotic and insane way. I listened to Decadence the entire time, and now I can't actually hear Decadence without thinking I have to go right.
Yeah, we both make playlists for books. We both experienced each other's playlists for books at great length. I think there are several songs that I played endlessly over and over again while I was writing Sea Fallen Angels that Holly either learned to hate or went out and bought. I think out of being beaten down. Wolves by the accidental.
Totally stuck in my head now.
Yeah, it's a strangely hypnotic song. But yeah, I always sit down and kind of make a playlist before I start writing a book. And I'll add to it while I'm writing if I find songs that sort of fit the plot or whatever. Somebody who has not asked a question. Yeah.
What are your guys' favorite books?
It's always really hard because there's so many books, and go.
Like off the hook while you're
Yeah, it's like
talking.
no.
Yeah, it's really difficult to answer.
All right, I have a
Okay.
thought. One of the authors that we both really love, Kenneth Lee.
Yeah,
Huge
she's great.
influence.
On both of us. Most of her stuff's out of print, but you can still find it.
And just a beautiful, like elaborate, crazy plots and crazy language, and some of it is really baroque and like I'm not sure I still understand the Wars of Myths.
What genre is she?
Science fiction fantasy.
Kenneth Lee,
Kenneth Lee.
who we actually saw at EasterCon, and we both stared and in
I don't think we talked to her. We just
no, we
stared
just
at
stared at her.
So it was like the tables return type of thing.
I wasn't any. I wasn't anybody. I just stared at her from across the room. I really like Neil Gaiman a lot. Since I was a wee thing. And like the sort of like we both grew up with like really with classic, what we think was classic urban fantasy, which would be like Ellen Kushner, Swords Point, wonderful book. Perfect book. The Border Town stories, which were sort of a shared world that a lot of different writers participated in, and actually Holly just edited an anthology, sort of reintroducing Border Town to the world that's coming
With
out.
Ellen, which was crazy for me, like crazy.
Yeah.
And Cassie and I wrote a story in it together.
We did. We co-wrote a story for it, and Holly got to edit it with Ellen, which is like amazing.
And I got to meet Terry and hang out with Terry. Been
All the stuff very exciting for us. Yeah, I'd like I'm even trying to think of like things that were formative for me. Anne Rice, the vampire books, before they got really weird.
really the same books.
Yeah, we read all the
Interview
same
with the
books.
Vampire. Like when I was in 8th grade, I read it pretty much every night.
Yeah,
Over and over
I read it
again.
repeatedly. Yeah, I mean, it's really, I also love Jane Austen, I also love the Brontes, I love all this Victorian literature, which is why I was so interested in writing the Clockwork series, like, that whole time period in literature appeals to me very strongly. So, it's really hard to nail down favorites, like, you'd have to sort of be like, favorite noir book that has an unexpected twist at the end, kind of thing, and then maybe you could come up with something.